Akwaba.
Me Josuminia.
Ibia boko de. Lawyer, yes, you lose case your court to that.
Oh, I will not want to say ubet my lawyer on lose case. Ubet my application be near young auntie. And your final decision by 87.9 Kumasi. I will lose. Uko pay injunction is very young technical. So you can say majority of my cases I win them.
Of course.
But it's not practically possible. Say case we are going to lose.
Kwabra. Now who ye dear? MPP who ye? Una ye kasama former MPP party no kroma.
Exactly.
Bibia the din there.
Bibia the din.
We are sure.
Bibia the din.
Mama sha say free lawyer. Say ye kase wan kasa wo party MPP.
Akoma FM 87.9
minim MPP. Mate sense bi cause wo MPP. But minim party no. Describe MPP no in one sentence and in 3 words. What will be your description?
But so is it the present state of MPP?
The present state of MPP.
It's chaotic. It's chaotic.
Then Amanabasa. Say lawyer Kase lawyer William Kusi no Edin Komoyi the communication director of Kennedy Japan campaign team Ewa Santemantemwa. Now lawyer I describe MPP say a chaotic. So kasi chaotic and say e just them I don't know lawyer say a dien ena ema ni nyina so ne say.
You me dance. What dance the ni dia ba ko ni alanchire Martin resignation from the party. That is obvious, but I will go to the root cause. It is chaotic to me. Actually, say May 1992. Yeti party no na me Legon from ASU to Danko Buzia to MPP, and we know how decent the party is. Decency in leadership. People respected the rules of the game, the law. And that is how we were brought up as MPP people. Some of us were silent in due course because we were so confident the party no entity a demand there. You onim difo. Omoma hunu munim sani yembe direct party. Till quite recently. Yes, especially the second term of this government.
Akoma FM 87.
You hear interesting stories about somebody being a fellow of somebody who is a potential president, now victimizing one party. Look, what is worse is a presidential primacy. So him say election be a demraneto, a setting rules. In fact, by the party's own laws and rules and regulations, National Executive Officer be no declare support for any of the candidates. And yam rebin see that. The Minuka say majority leader of parliament or a campaign spokesperson for one of the candidates or nam constituency to constituency campaigning and doing tribal politics. Majority leader. He's part, the parliamentary caucus is part of the National Executive Council. And so, Senka, you will name the four or Marvin Dawa, Omunim say, Shemra, this one, and you are Senko, or declare openly class or support to. Support the only because of being support to be, but open declaration. And what is worse, would the actually sign a campaign among one party? It shouldn't happen. Yakoto, special voting, you see, there shouldn't be campaign. A tour by infantry. Rules, baby. You call exactly what they said we shouldn't do a particular group for doing it, including beating people. We are, say, Yeshemra. Nasi will be Busua. Then either say, set aside that election aside, or you punish those who are involved. Nothing happened. Your had an office here too, but it's only the regional minister who did not display his ballot. He be accounted 28-0. And it is chaotic because when you live in the jungle, it's the strongest who survive. But of course, we are sure that I said, you bear a said, your team Muramunti, ye train him, DNA, Marasan, ye bedi so. Nanya say one who ordinary na have survival, but that is what is happening in the NPP now. And people who are supposed to know are behaving as if they have never read. I don't want to near church unnecessary things. When we have conducted an election, the elite in the party near Kotuaba, and when they say security no so much, no matter no money, and you ask yourself at the end of the way by, what is the meaning of this? Where from it? And no, and when some any airborne cry, I didn't answer. There are two options. Either you leave the party for those people who are doing that, or you stay in and fight and make sure the right thing is done. Fortunately, we have had one example of one who says, he was one of the generals of the party. Somebody who was otherwise expected to take over from them. Okay, let me quote Nanado that Alan Martin would take over from me. So that was set down. Nitina says such a person, if you don't call him a general in battle, I don't know what you call him. What's he from Adaya? As you see, ye chinchim nipan say ye bru nipa nipa penyifu esiwa efi so bekan bia. They are not talking. A normal amount. And me dem ntimi biom. Ma free mu. And one candidate who believes that he has the support of the masses in Sudu. No ka say, mesremo munya what is right o, munya what is needful. Say the enkofa problem biama. Ebi so ka say anybody say obinya the you to speak on the issue and threatening to arrest him for their speaking about irregularities in the party. And I cannot be a happy member of the NPP because of the conduct of people who have been elected as executive officers of the party to man the party and run the day-to-day activities of the party. They are all deliberately pretending as if they don't know what is going on, when in fact it is going on. Can you imagine say Obi Timiko polling station I can say me campaign team polling station executives in me campaign team wow person you the Can you imagine this? In a cultured party with people educated going to election, you think that you can go and tell elected officers to be your campaign? Please, unless you are from a different realm, you shouldn't do that. Every Democrat cannot do that because you know that the executive members form the core of the party. You can't say run an election. They run the election. From national to the police station, they run the election. The electoral commission only come to conduct the ballot. They run the election. Now say Obi Obi run election on a campaign team. What are I telling the rest of the candidates? And this is so commonsensical that we expect that people who have schooled will understand. They don't. And that is why the party is left where it is today. But Minia, this party, there are people who have invested their life in the party. In fact, the blood of people have spent their blood on making sure this party becomes what it is today. Now, Tracy Omomo, they are amantem people in the party who don't care what happens to the party. Otherwise, they'll be mindful. Say this party, let us protect it. Obi to me resign party, then will be celebrities will be resign from the party. Can you imagine? About people's personal property to resign here, bossy. Let it do they know say very shortly, those same people will find themselves out of the party. They should read classical history and civilization. They will know that don't be every party. And there is something seriously wrong with our party. From national to regional to police, there's something wrong. One man had to about mom so much asumdue pepper your manano. Because they are protecting the interests of somebody who has control over the party's coffers and everything, the national coffers and everything. People are doing stomach politics. Otherwise, they should be bold to speak like René Japan is speaking. Because it is wrong, palpably wrong. Who do you mean can't say who's a national executive officer be a campaign will be a normal? Now when your politics that it's not normal. And see say you were well mini MP before something be man no maka. So me nya sa yema omo no ye referees no omo no empre de obe win no yakọ afa say wo shase na wo manu support be financial nobody it can happen say obi a oye point is baba say ye call presidential no need favorite nobody is saying that there can be favorites but yet you can't openly campaign for one because of your office because when me nyepe position them apart me need say position and me ya would be compare one to me because party for that also campaign but why am I the brand you can say original chairman you are regional chairman for all the candidates not one and do by a press conference now that call candidate be office now your press conference what do you mean did you go there alone no more candidates what were they thinking that they can take the party for a ride and behave as if it's their personal property they should sit up because they will be surprised they should sit up to disrespect the party in that manner they should sit up say party regional chairman press conference in the name of the party also they call campaign office of one of the candidates when did we get to this point and so that is what is wrong with the party lawlessness disrespect for the party structure and the party members thinking every party person is dumb even if you're an executive officer you have to be my campaign officer by force that is disrespect to members of the party it is behaving as if they have no dignity they have no wisdom so you can use them anyhow
Akoma FM 87.9
and it's appalling so we are 92 years so make it is appalling you near our school na ye call near ko campaign sa miniature here the man no who this man the bomb to man no so say be so waje NPP BB panafele osuro those were the days and ye free revolution to democracy but we risked our life and did it because we were sent to do it and maba abamu abedi adodode na yes akoto aba look at what they are doing what are they thinking and so please the earlier we spoke against some of these things the better especially party for Timamfo no obia sorry waka let us bring a change to what is happening because this is on NPP you see now last America say it started from the police station elections when people could go and vote at 2 a.m. and 1 a.m. Now complain because say we me that's sorry ya to aba party say nyafi you every man that is when it started na obia nim say nipa say that na round table afa agene say e be bokro no akosi awie nobody knew about that and we took it to be one of the normal happenings and say no omantimi and all those lessons and engineer be do the adu and this year mia no say engineer e be engineer afro ye so it's time to speak to those things the only was a campaign was a party can say wo say wo because of this position you can't then we know that is it if you ask them no more to papa so I heard the party chairman being questioned about that or say it's wrong but when they interviewed him